Namaste. Welcome to science class. We were learning about changes around us, and in that we have learnt about the different types of changes which are of different categories. That is, we have learnt about the slow and the fast changes, reversible and the irreversible changes. Today in this video we will be learning about physical change and the chemical changes and their differences. Other than that, we will be learning about the different types of changes where energy is given out and also the changes where energy is absorbed. So now let us start with the differences between physical and chemical change. What do you mean by a physical change? Any change where new substance is not formed and it basically leads to a change in its physical appearance. For example, as we have already discussed this in the previous video. Now, this is the size of the paper. Yes? Okay. Now, this paper is of this much size. Now, if I am folding it, then there is a change in its physical appearance. The size is changed. It has become smaller in size and the shape, earlier it was in square shape and now it has become a rectangular shape. So, physical appearance of this particular paper has changed. Such a change where no new substance is formed and the change where you can see a change in the physical appearance. So, such type of changes are called as the physical changes. So, now tearing of a paper. Now, you see, if I just tear this paper, if I tear the paper, you can actually make it into pieces. All these pieces are still pieces of paper only. Yes, earlier also it was paper, now also it is paper only. Only thing is that there was a change in its size and shape, but basically it is paper. The substance did not change. So, no new substance is actually formed in this, right. So, this is nothing but the physical change. Now, cutting of wood. Cutting of wood, now you take a big log of wood and you chop it into small pieces. So, the size of the wood pieces will be decreased. So, that is nothing but change in the physical appearance. So, that is why cutting of wood is also a physical change. Now, melting of ice. Ice is in the form of a solid states of matter. Yes, okay. Now, when we keep ice in the room temperature outside the freezer in a room temperature, then probably the ice will melt into water. What is the ice made up of? It is made up of water molecules only. Now, when it has been converted from its solid state to liquid state, it is still having the water molecules only. So, maybe physically it has changed its state from solid to liquid, but still it is having only water molecules. So, such a change is nothing but called as a physical change. So, melting of ice is also a physical change. Now, coming to chemical change. Now, in this chemical change, we can see the formation of a new substance. So, and the substance which is actually formed is having totally different properties. For example, now here I take this piece of paper. Yes. So, this is paper which is white in color, right. Okay. Now, I burn this paper. So, I am burning this paper and now after it is burnt, it gets converted into a black colored powdery substance which is nothing but called as the ash. Yes. So, you can see ash over here. So, you can see the paper which is burnt is actually in the form of ash. Now, can I write it on this ash? No, it is impossible. It became so soft and powdery. Yes, okay. So, here it lost all its properties. As a paper, it is no more a paper now. Yes, okay. So here a new substance is actually formed, which is nothing but ash. So burning of paper is a chemical change. Now here is one more example, that is rusting of iron. Now when we see an iron rod, it is quite strong, and we also know that iron is a magnetic substance. That means it gets attracted towards the magnets. Yes. Now here when we leave that iron rod for months together without using, then there is a brown colored substance which is formed on that, which is called as rust. So rusting of iron is nothing but a chemical change, because the iron loses its property of getting attracted towards the magnet when rust is formed on that. Understood? Okay. So this is how we have rusting of iron also as a chemical change. Yes. So one more change is here, that is nothing but curdling of milk. Now when milk gets converted into curd, the texture of the milk is more or less like a liquid, but the texture of the curd is like a semi-solid. Yes, okay. And moreover, taste wise also they are quite different. So here there are some new chemical properties seen in case of the curd which is formed by the milk. Yes, so here that formation of curd from the milk is also a chemical change. Milk is totally a new substance which is formed with different properties over there. Yes. So this is about the physical changes and the chemical changes. A very quick recap of this. Physical changes are the changes in which no new substance is actually formed. There is just a change in the physical appearance of that particular substance. So the examples are tearing of paper, cutting of wood, melting of ice. Coming to chemical changes, in these changes we see that there is a new substance which is formed, and the new substance has got different properties. Right? So we have seen that burning of paper, we will be getting a new substance, that is nothing but ash. Rusting of iron, the iron rod loses its property of getting attracted towards the magnet, and then ultimately brown powdery substance is formed, that is nothing but rust. And curdling of milk, milk gets converted into curd which is semi-solid, and the properties of curd are also totally different. So all these are nothing but the chemical changes. Now we have learnt about the different types of changes. Actually, a change is caused due to either the involvement of energy, where the energy is given out, or in some changes the energy is absorbed. So here are some of the examples of those cases. So changes where energy is released or given out. The best example is burning of candle. You can take a candle, and when we light it, then we can feel the heat which is actually coming out from the candle. Not only that, we also get light energy from the candle. So it is both heat energy and light energy are given out during this particular change. In the same way, during the process of respiration also, lot of energy is given out. Now, coming to the changes where the energy is absorbed. Now, if I take a cricket ball and throw it, earlier the cricket ball did not have any energy with it. But when I am providing energy, when my muscular energy, mechanical energy which is there in me is given to the ball, then the ball moves from this region to another region. So, the moving of a cricket ball has got energy which is absorbed over there. Yes, the next one is melting of ice. So, melting of ice, when we just take a piece of ice in a plate, it gets turned up into liquid state. When a solid ice gets turned into a liquid water, then energy is absorbed, means the surrounding heat which is there in the environment is absorbed by the water molecules present in the ice, and the solid state of ice, of water, gets converted into the liquid state. So, in melting of ice also we see that energy is absorbed. So, this is about the different changes which often happen around us. Adapting to the change is inevitable. It helps in the survival of the organism. Hope you have understood the content. Thank you.